of my face is red, with breasts, with a shoulder of a friend, with a corner of a desk, with communion, with a yes, and I tell you.
Welcome back, Pretty Much Experts. I'm Robert John. Oh, we've got some fucking poor network on Mike's end, but Skyler here beside me.
Well, I'm connected, baby.
Mike is in a, what's the opposite of a hot spot? A cold spot.
Yeah.
Fucking cold spot. Are you there, buddy? No.
I'm here.
No.
No.
Oh, he's here.
All right.
Before we get going, let's
Yeah.
thank Bike Thieves for the sick intro. Bike Thieves, Toronto punk band, allegedly playing Pooza Fest. It will probably get canceled,
Oh, it's
but
definitely
as of
definitely
now,
canceled.
see them in Montreal in May.
See them on Facebook.
See them on Facebook. See them on Spotify. Support Bike Thieves.
Just research them, because you won't be seeing them for a while.
You got nothing but time on your hands.
Nothing but time. So I guess that's our show this
That's
week. Is
I don't know what the hell Mike's doing. Mike, I think you just got to go to audio only, bud.
Maybe. We'll see how this
This
shapes up.
This video
I'm not
version of
hearing
it.
shit.
Yeah,
Okay, here we go.
You're back now, but if it issues
Oh, sure, we
persist-
fucking talk for 40 minutes before the show, and it's all well and good, and then it was like, okay,
Yeah.
let's hit record, and it's like, done, crash.
Done as soon as it started. Yeah.
Yeah, they're listening.
So I guess this week we're gonna talk about
quarantine, baby.
quarantine, and I feel like we asked like
Mike's living in quarantine for the last 2 years, so he's gonna have an interesting perspective.
yeah. I feel like
20 years,
when we
Bubba.
record these shows, I drink too much alcohol and don't remember what gets said, but I vaguely remember calling out coronavirus. And
Oh,
saying,
you were pretty hard on it last week.
Bring it on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we talked about it. We talked.
And
The
here
world
it
has
is.
changed.
Here it
It's
is,
waiting.
and I'm ready. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, coronavirus, for calling you out. For sending for you, I guess. is
Yeah,
what
we
they call
sent for it.
We sent for it. It
Irish
came,
trash land.
and I instantly regret it.
You know what? I still think Corona
Like,
can.
I don't
Corona
think
can suck
the-
my Joyce hole, man. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Oh
you
my
can suck
God,
my
yeah.
joy still.
Yeah, suck all our
Yeah.
joy
I don't
souls.
think the virus. I've already gone to Irish.
Mm-hmm.
The virus itself isn't seem to be an issue. It's just a strain on all public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everything is fucked.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
is fucked, and
All of our basic amenities have been taxed in a way.
Yep.
I just heard the other day, actually yesterday, I was out buying tools for my new gig, and fucking some guy I just went up and started talking to this guy because he was having a conversation in the middle of the showroom
Sure.
about them fucking limiting public transit. Like they won't let you on the front of the bus, apparently. You gotta sit like 5 seats back from the driver unless you're in need of
there's
those
like
handicap visit. Everything is like
Wow.
being taxed right now. I mean, it's
Yeah.
for the safety of the general public
It's
for
safety.
the most part, but
I get it. I mean,
yeah,
I get it. It's annoying, but it's like I get it. I get why we're doing all the things we're doing. Like I
For
don't
sure.
want to get the sickness
sure.
at all.
Yeah.
no.
I
Dude, I actually
like,
kind
have
of
been
want to
washing
get it.
my-
I want to be a poster boy. Like
Yeah.
I want to be like I have it and I'm perfectly fine. Like that's what I'm hoping for. Really, that's best case scenario.
No way, you got those
Get it over with.
fucking weak smoker lungs.
Oh yeah,
bud.
your lungs won't
Oh,
hold
dude,
up.
my lungs are strong as shit. I can run a mile in 8 minutes.
No, you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Uh
Bet I could. Bet I could.
oh, Corona.
Yeah, yeah, there we go. All we gotta do is talk about it. This weak lung bitch just starts sneezing. This fucking cuck over here.
Caught it by ear. Apparently, sneezing isn't a symptom though.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah,
Reverse.
No.
because it's in your-
Inverted wieners.
inverted
That's
wiener. Yeah, it
major
turns
sin-
into a vagina.
Yeah.
But
Vagina.
vagina. But yeah,
No,
I don't know.
I feel like the hype is definitely, or like the hysteria is over the line in a lot of ways, like the way people have been acting. But also, if we look back on this in a month or two and we're like, okay, well, we all overreacted.
Yeah.
That's best case scenario.
I think,
who
though,
cares?
like, I don't think it's an overreaction at all. I personally think that I think what people are having a problem grasping is the fact that, like, when you hear about these cases of people, when you hear, like, yesterday in Ontario there was like 49 new cases of coronavirus, it's like,
Sure.
as long as it takes the test to do, it's like 4 or 5 days, right? That it's like,
Yeah.
so you're hearing about this, it's like, oh, today there was 5 more cases, but this actually took place fucking 5 days ago.
A week ago.
Right?
Yeah.
I've had it described in an article to me that it's a lot like when you look up and see stars in the sky. Like, you know how, like, with a star, like, the light that you're seeing from that star was actually created, like,
a billion
years ago, but you're just seeing it now. Like, that's how this virus is, like, working, right? That, like, when you're hearing about people being infected, it's like they've been infected already for a week.
Yeah.
And, like, have passed it around. So,
Yeah.
again, like, my point I'm making is, like, people are, like, they're
There's
freaking...
only 300 cases.
Yeah.
It's like there was last week.
There was 300 cases, and they all talked to 10 people, right? And, like, it's not that we're overreacting. It's just, like, people don't think it's like, oh, it's not that big a deal. Like, there's nobody dying. There's only so many people sick. But it's like, if we do this now, like, it's gonna fucking cut it in half.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting, like, you look at, like, I think the perfect example is, like, the UK. Like, they just closed their schools on, like, Friday.
Yeah.
And, like, I mean, here in Ontario, we did it 2 weeks ago. So it's not like we're, like, up on our high horse. But again, it's just to even think that there was a whole week where you were sending your kids to school, and they have, like,
whole month.
10,000 people are, like, sick there.
I got a lot of pals back over in Ireland, and they've been basically on lockdown since early March, like maybe the 5th or the 9th or something.
Oh, yeah.
Like, a lot of the businesses have been closed, and bars, like, they were closed for St. Patrick's Day. Like, that's fucking huge.
Yeah.
That's
You know,
a
if
bummer.
Ireland's doing that and, like, across the little fucking channel, like, London's business as usual.
But even I don't
like,
even
that's
think
fucked.
I don't even think the UK closed their borders until after St. Patrick's
That's what
Day.
I mean. Like,
they got
that's
that
just my
revenue.
point of, like,
Yeah.
Ireland took it so seriously. Like, St. Patrick's Day was, like, effectively canceled.
Yeah.
And then England's right beside them, and they did nothing.
They did nothing.
I mean,
That it's just like,
fuck,
hey,
that's
if we
on
just
them.
if we do this now, I'd rather. It's like I make the joke at work sometimes that it's like nobody wants to take a sick day when they're actually sick,
Yeah.
right? So, like, how about we shut this down now for like 2-3 weeks when everybody isn't sick?
But I don't think it's gonna be 3 weeks. Like, everyone's kind of saying that's, like, I don't know where people got that 2-week thing from. Like, I was in the camp of, like, yeah, we'll just shut things down till April.
Yeah.
But everything I'm reading is, like, June at the earliest. Like, it might be, like, a 6 to 8 month quarantine.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ. Like, this until October?
Yeah.
Like, dogs gotta eat.
It's gonna be nuts.
Dogs gotta eat.
I agree. I think it's gonna be longer, but I guess that people think it's like 2-3 weeks because, like, that's how long it takes for it to, like, enter your system and leave, right? Like,
Yeah.
That's why everyone's quarantining for the 14
But it's gotta be,
weeks.
like, no symptoms on anyone for 2 weeks
Yeah.
before you're like, okay, we're, like, plateauing it or whatever they fucking say.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's not plateauing. There's new cases every day. So, like, that 2 weeks is resetting every day that there's new cases.
Exactly. That's the one thing that, like, I feel like I don't know. I don't want to throw him under the bus, but, like, my dad wanted to come up and visit us this weekend because it was mine and the roommate's birthdays, and he wanted to come visit, and it was just like, maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe you should be staying home and not coming here, and because, like, you don't know what kind of fucked up shit I got.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
like,
he's an idiot. Though.
Yeah, he's an idiot. We don't need to get into that.
But I don't think he's, like, unique and
I don't think he's alone.
No, a lot of people are kind of just like, oh, no, it's fine. As long as I don't know somebody's sick, it's fine. But
you don't know who's sick.
You don't know who's sick. You don't know how many people, like, you've touched along the way. Like, oh, we'll just get gas. That's fine. Like, we'll get gas. It's just like, but who grabbed that handle right before you?
Yeah, you
like,
gotta fucking...
don't go on Sunday drives. Like, don't waste gas for no reason. and like have to put yourself in a situation to go get more. Like it's
doing anything publicly right now. It's like it's risky, so you definitely have to, weigh the pros and cons and be sure that whatever you're doing is essential. Obviously, we all want to do things leisurely, but there's definitely a limit to it. He said just fucking going on a 6-hour drive and then, stopping to get fast food while you're out and having to fill up your gas on the way back.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just exposing yourself, more than you should be.
Yeah, I feel like even today we had a home, like we had a meeting kind of last night, and we just talked about how we should be, I'm not saying like hoarding and stocking up on stuff, but it is like
let's steal from our neighbors also.
Yeah, like let's fucking get like a week's worth of food on top of what we normally buy, and just like non-perishables would to get me into like. We were kind of talking about
buy
this
some
beforehand,
rice or something. Buy canned goods. If you can
the roommate and Kevin.
Oh yeah, Kevin's offered.
The roommate Kevin and I had a bit of a episode. Wasn't so much an episode, I don't know. And we got to
Kevin means well.
Kevin means well, but we just talked like couldn't. It was just very frustrating when I'm very much like we need to go buy canned food that we can eat. That it won't go bad, weeks, right?
Like,
and just have it in the home in case it gets to the point of being total fucking shut down. And poor Kevin.
Yeah. I mean, it's peace of mind too, right?
Yeah, peace of mind.
But Kevin was like, "Well, we have to buy vegetables," and it's like, Kevin, what the fuck? Like, that's the complete opposite of what I'm talking about. Like,
full
buy
perishables.
Canned vegetables.
Yeah.
Canned vegetables, yeah.
And then it turned into like just the like. I'm convinced, like, it's not like you're gonna stop going out completely. Like, you're gonna have to go to the grocery store. Like, you know.
And those essential services can't go anywhere. We need to have access to fucking food and water.
Explain to Kevin in the grocery store about how it's like we're gonna have to go grocery shopping again next week to get food. Again, like when we get paid.
Yeah.
But this is like we're going in between to buy things solely for stocking that pantry.
Yeah.
And like just making sure that we have food for when the time comes that we can't go out, it's there.
Yeah.
We don't need fucking vegetables.
Yeah, this is not what you'd stock a bunker with.
No. And
you're not putting celery in your
fucking celery and some like fresh strawberries.
No, unless they're like you can get frozen strawberries.
Yeah,
totally go for that style. Like I'm not saying that
style. Stuff that you can store.
But it's like we're hoarding at this point. Like we're stocking up for winter in the middle of spring.
Everyone's on the same page, thinking like this for the most part. Most people are on the same page. I'm definitely not, but I also don't have the luxury of having a fridge, so like I have to be a little more choosy about what I'm bringing in, to my living situation. Even still, like I mean, I've stocked up a bit, but what I can get my hands on because it's fucking outrageous here. I mean, I'm sure it is everywhere, but it's talking with you guys and talking with other people in parts of the province and the country, it is like exceptionally crazy here as far as being able to have access to even basic supplies.
I think BC
but either way, like I am stocking up. Yeah, but whatever. It's all numbers, right? But I mean, I'm stocking up a little bit, but there's definitely a fucking line in the sand. And the line in the sand isn't as far away as you think. Like, if you're buying, 100% more groceries as you would. Let's say you buy $200 worth of groceries every 2 weeks. So now you're going every weekend buying $200 just so that you can get a jump on this. If you're a couple living in an apartment, you shouldn't be doing that. If you're a family of 5, I understand, right? There are needs for that family that are definitely a little more, with consumption. Like they will end up consuming more, so definitely plan accordingly. But I've seen families of people walking out, each one of them pushing 2 carts. That's fucking excessive. And that limits everyone else's, ability to obtain the basics and the essentials. How many jars of peanut butter do you need? Are you planning on fucking moving into the woods for the next year? Because if you're not, if you're just going to go to work every day and fucking drive around and get your gas and do all the fucking shit you normally do except for going to work, like, maybe you don't need a flat of peanut butter.
And, like, my stance on, like, the type of person that would do that, that's obviously a cuck moron. Like, do you think they're actually going to ration that out and make it last a month? Or are they just going to eat like it's Christmas week? We're all home for a week.
Spoonfuls of peanut butter.
Yeah, like those are the kind of people that are just fucking useless. That's like, yeah, we bought all this shit and we're home for a week, so let's just snack all fucking day.
Yeah.
We're just watching Netflix and chilling.
Balloon up.
Yeah, we got our Disney Plus account fired up. Let's make some fucking, little protein snacks for the kids and shit. And, like, make a big tray of, peanut butter bites. And mom's going to bake. And it's like, no, like, what part of...
they're bored.
Because they're stupid as fuck is the problem.
Yeah.
Stupid
and they're going to... Next week, they're going to go back and get another $200 worth of groceries.
I know. And it fucking bugs me because it's like, I just want one of these things.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to buy 25 of them. Like, that 1 kilogram jar of peanut butter will literally last me a month.
More.
Of eating it every day.
Yeah.
And if exactly. And if I know I have to ration it now, it's going to last me 2 months. And it's like, that's 1 jar for 1 person.
Yeah.
You know? Like, so how much more do you actually fucking need, you cuck bitches?
You said
that mass consumption, like in any situation, whether life's like clocking along normally or there's a fucking pandemic, either way it bothers me. It bothered me years before, right? Yeah. Watching people fucking buy the fancy new car every year and the TV every year and have to go get new Nikes every month because they're
cash
fucking,
chuckers. You coined that term.
Yeah. Oh my god, it just bothers the shit out of me. And now it's fucking elevated.
Fucking Richers.
And even, like, I catch myself even kind of slipping a little bit. Those motherfucking Richers. Where it's like, okay, well, I'm buying 2 bags of rice now, which feels excessive to me. 1 bag will last me a month. But now I'm buying 2 bags?
Yeah.
It's like, do I need 2 bags? No.
Yeah, totally. Like, I don't...
Do I need to buy another van to house all of my food? Yes.
Life. You already have 2 vans.
You got 2 vans.
2 more vans.
Shelter.
2 more vans.
Bomb shelter van.
My silos. Yeah, I just, like... My thing was, like, this is, again, like, I'm not trying to, like, completely shit on Kevin. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he is.
But, just this is when... This food is totally for when we are, like...
Kevin.
Everything's shut down and we can't leave the house for anything. Like, we have this food.
Yeah.
And again...
This is when the fucking apocalypse comes. We're gonna have a stockpile.
And... I got that, like, but like, I want to eat healthy. Like, we have to eat healthy. Like, I'm not eating that garbage.
No, throw that out the window. It's World War III,
and that's
you can't be healthy.
Again, no, it's not even about like eating healthy. It's like, again, like, then you go find whatever the fuck you're gonna eat that's healthy.
Not priority.
That when we're like 3 weeks in, not leaving our house, if that's what fucking it comes to, right? Like, and it probably won't come to that, but we will still just have like. A whole boatload of craft dinner.
Yeah. I had the same discussion.
Listen, the priority is having enough food, basic, mostly non-perishable foods, that are going to keep you from slipping into ketosis and your body eating your fucking organs. Like, that's the priority.
Yeah.
But also...
it's not like, did I get all my vitamin J today?
But also knowing full well that, like, again, like, we're going to have to go back to the grocery store next week.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to get groceries for the next 2 weeks again.
More of that shit.
Right? Like, the normal, like, we can buy fucking vegetables then, Kevin, and we can eat healthy until it gets, like, dire, right?
No one's saying don't eat vegetables.
No.
But if you're going to stock up on the things that are non-perishable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, like, at one point we were driving and he was just like, I'm surprised there's so many fucking people out and about. Yeah. It's weird. Yeah. Like, I'm surprised there's so many people out here. And it's like, well, it's not a complete lockdown yet. Like, they're telling people to social distance, right? Like,
literally everyone I've encountered since this whole thing's jumped off has just been normal.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I saw more masks
telling
today
us to line up.
Yep.
Today was my first day of seeing, like,
masks.
oh, okay. Gloves and masks.
Yeah, but listen, I live in Vancouver, and pretty much any given day, there's that many masks on the street.
Yeah. The grocery store
you do the math on the masks.
Was relatively empty. Like, there wasn't too many people in there.
No.
It was definitely over 50, but, like, I don't think that matters.
I was pretty annoyed with when I was at the grocery store. They had like, you can't have more than one customer on like the conveyor belt. Like I don't know. Yeah. Like they're just trying to really like social distance, like 2 meters between each customer. So like one person's paying and the belt's completely empty, and the other person has to like wait like that far away. Wow. But it's like now there's just like a huge bottleneck of people like all just standing out. Like it's like we can still line up. Like fuck off.
Yeah.
Like don't. Yeah. I don't know. Like part of like a huge part of the like section of the grocery store they give for people to pay also incorporates the line. Like you can get 3 people in line on that conveyor belt. And when they're just like, don't line up immediately. Yeah, don't line up immediately behind someone. It's like, okay, so we're all just going to stand around each other in a fucking circle. Like, who's next?
Yeah. But even then, like, the weirdness of it all, that what I've been told, and maybe I'm spreading misinformation.
Spread it.
Is,
like some peanut butter.
Yeah, is that, like, the only way you're getting it is, like, if somebody's, like, coughing, like, it's the droplets of shit that come out when you're coughing. That like if that gets into your system,
the same way you get any airborne.
But so like you can stand next to someone that's sick and not fucking get anything from them. Like you don't touch them, and like you know they shouldn't be there in the first place.
Like AIDS,
just like AIDS. Yeah. But I'm just mean like as long as
they are spit talking like the French and coughing all over the place.
Like you're more likely gonna get something if
you're gonna want that distance.
If you're sitting at a table with people and they have it and they're touching things and you're giving it back and forth, like you're gonna get something. Yeah. Right? But
potentially. But that's like anything.
That's anything.
You see it, I saw it online where fucking Best Buy was doing like this.
Fuck Best Buy.
Yeah, they were like they're only allowing because of like the 50 people rule, they're not letting people into their stores, but like you can line up there.
Yeah.
And like 50 people are allowed in the store, I guess, plus the staff.
Yeah.
But
I asked about that.
But then it's still just like
so you got 49 staff here and only one person in the fucking store?
Yeah,
like, that's literally a conversation I had with a buddy at Home Depot.
You're not allowed to fucking like come into the store because there might be more than 50, but you're allowed to then line up out front of the store, and it's like probably says like social distancing, like be a meter or two, but it's like
it does.
How long until now that there's 50 people outside your store lined up, and maybe it just makes more sense for everyone to be in the store and not fucking touching each other.
Spread out.
I went to Home Depot yesterday, and it took me an hour lining up. And I'm telling you, I have as little patience as almost anybody.
You're not a line guy.
I'm not a line guy. No. I'm a kind of like, I'm going to pass the line and say, fuck you, cucks, on the way. Yeah. Like, that's the kind of shit that I'm into. So, I mean, but I had to. It was essential. I needed a tool for Monday, and there was no other place to get it. So I was like, I have to get it at this place, right? So I'm at Home Depot, and the lineups, by the time I was at the front of the line, like I must have got there at the perfect time, because by the time I was at the front of the lineup, it was at least 100 people in this line.
Wow.
Like when I got there, I was probably on the back end of 50, but by the time I got to the front, there was at least 100 behind me. So like, it was, and it took forever, but I got what I needed, and I ended up talking this cute little Asian couple out of buying a fucking $2,000 generator. Like they're in the generator aisle and they're looking at the 3 that they have on the shelf, because everyone's freaking out and buying stuff they don't need, right? I assume.
Yeah.
Because normally that place is packed with generators. There's 3 of them. They're all pieces of shit. I mean, they're all fucking 17,000 watt generators, like completely just way out of proportion of anything you'd ever need to like just sustain or even be comfortable. Like I have a 900 watt and I could power a whole house with it. So
I was gonna say, anyways, I don't know shit about watts. So like, what is?
So basically, like if you're looking, like the higher the wattage, the higher the fuel consumption. No matter what, it's just the way it's gonna be, right? It needs more output. So these people are looking, and it's like, so they're looking. It's like, oh, this generator is gonna put out 50% of the load, whatever you decide. It could be 2,000, 4,000, whatever the generator says. But let's say, just for math, it puts out 50% of the load, 10 hours at 50% load, but it takes 5 gallons of fuel. So 20 liters of fuel, right?
Yeah.
For 5 hours or 10 hours of running this generator. And it's like, how much fuel are you going to be able to store? How much fuel are you going to have access to? So for someone to buy a generator in an emergency situation, it's like they want to get the biggest one. They want to be sure they're safe for that. But like, are you just going to fucking have a tanker truck parked in your driveway? Because it's the only way you're actually going to be able to use that generator.
Right.
You know, I would say good luck finding a jerry can that has more than 20 liters, 25 liters, you know what I mean, in any given store. So how many jerry cans are you going to buy now? And how many jerry cans can you store in your fucking house? It's like, let's be realistic here. You're trying to prepare for the worst, but you know nothing about it. So I educated these people and was like, listen, if you wanted to run this all day, you wanted to run your fridge, you wanted to run your lights, you wanted to like all this shit. Like you couldn't just plug your home into it. And think nothing of it. You'd have to, you know, have some setup. You'd need lights that ran, you know, lamps and trouble lights.
I think all that shit goes out the window
individually.
Though. Even fridge.
Yeah.
Well, like in a fucking pinch, it's like just keep the fridge closed.
Situation.
It'll keep shit cold. I just need like you're only like 2020 like whatever first world. It's like I just need my phone to charge. Every night,
just to
like
stay,
that's the only like to stay in the loop.
Can't eat your phone,
but like your fucking Xbox,
I'll tell you my
like
experience.
you're not playing that if the fucking power's out. Like you're not playing that on a generator. No. Like that's over, dude. Like
see,
chill.
I'm completely stripped of all the unnecessary shit, and I still run. If I'm not working, I still have to run my generator every 3 days to top up my batteries. Because and that's just charging my tablet for entertainment, my phone for communication, my computer for this kind of shit, and powering my lights. Right. So like that's it. And I still have to run my generator every couple days and rely on the stored power that I have. So I mean like, yeah, if you're gonna be running your fridge and you're gonna be running your house, it's like that generator's running 24/7.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to keep up with the fuel demands.
Yeah.
And it's like, so is it worth it?
When you put it that way, it's like if you're going to need a jerry can per day, like how much room do you have for fucking jerry cans?
2.
3, maybe.
Yeah. 2 per...
Yeah,
maybe. You might need 3. Depends on how much
wattage
you're 4.
It's going to get you through the weekend? Like, no. Fuck off. You're fucking up.
5 jerry cans.
5 jerry cans.
No. So when the fucking shit hits the fan and you're like, okay, I'm completely prepared. I got 20 liters of gas. I got my generator. I got a fridge full of food that's about to spoil. And a freezer full of food that's definitely going to spoil. And you got all these things in place. And then you don't even know how to operate half that shit. Or you don't understand the demands that it's going to take. Like you're going to have to be going to the gas station 2 times a day. Like, are you prepared for that? So
gas
like all this shit that you thought, it's like you bought this level of comfort right now. You think like, oh, I'm completely fucking safe in my little nest of my sterile environment with all of my things. It's like you're still fucked. You're way more fucked.
You're fucked. Yeah. You might as well
fucked
get
because
it.
you've given yourself a fucking false sense of security, just like everyone else in this fucking world. You know, that's not living in their goddamn van. You guys all think you're fucking safe and you're ready and you're prepared. It's like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna survive. You know, I don't need a fridge. I haven't had a fridge for fucking 2 years. So you go live without a fridge for a week. Tell me what it's like.
It's doable.
Where are you going to get your water from? What would the utilities get shut off?
Yeah,
where are you going to get your water from? I got fucking taps all over the city, bitch.
Those are going to shut off,
Get some hose water in me.
Can't lose my appendix twice.
Yeah, I had a chat this morning with a friend. We did like a FaceTime like workout together, and it was actually like pretty ideal. I'm gonna try and do that every day just to like stay on it.
FaceTime workout.
Well, because I like go to the gym every day anyway. So now that the gym is closed, I guess I have to do home workouts, and it's really hard to do a home workout. Like I have this app, like the Nike app, that's like pretty good, and it's like do 30 seconds of sit-ups. And you do 30 seconds of this, and it's like, but if you start to get tired, like you're just gonna like dog it, as Ben Stiller would say, just dogging it.
Dogging it.
But doing it with another person, like just on FaceTime, helps you. Like just like I'm not gonna dog it because I don't want to look like a little puss.
Yeah.
So it was pretty ideal. But then when the like workout, the motivation was good, and we like laugh and tell jokes, and count together. Like it makes it like go by pretty quick. It was great. But then when I was done, I was saying, like, I gotta go get some groceries and stuff, and I feel like I have to get the, bullshit, like, non-perishables, and I don't want to do that because I'm so used to this, like, routine I guess I got into when I lived in Spain. It's like I just go to groceries, like, every 2 or 3 days. Buy, like, 3 days of groceries at a time. Everything's really fresh. Everything's, like, Yeah. Mm-hmm. And, like, that really sucks. Like, but she was just like, dude, like, quit being so fucking selfish. Like, you can't live like that anymore. Yeah, like, you have to, like, suck it up and get, some canned food. You have to get some carbs. Like, sorry. You can't just, like, do your fucking...
You can't just be a carnivore.
Yeah, you can't just do your, like, 2 days at a time, like, Mediterranean, like, lifestyle. Like, sorry. Like, that's some... luxury that's gone.
Well, I see your. I don't know if the viewers at home can see it, but I can see your rations back there, and it's Boyardee and beer.
Oh yeah, it's Boyardee. I got beer. I got like Doritos? 12 cans of tuna,
some olives.
There's no Doritos.
Yeah. I mean it's smart, but it's hilarious. That's your go-to.
My last thing out of the store.
Beer.
My last thing out of the store, I grabbed a bag of oranges up there because I thought I'd get scurvy. Eating.
It's oranges. Yeah, you got to protect yourself.
Because I just got so many fucking cans of tuna and...
You'll get scurvy from that.
Yeah.
Beer and tuna will definitely give you gout.
It'll give me something. So if I throw an orange in every other day, like, I should be cool.
Yeah, I know it's not. It's like anti-scurvy, but I'm just looking forward to getting, like, semi-warm out and we can start barbecuing.
Oh, that's a good quarantine activity. Outdoor barbecuing.
You can go outside in my backyard. Fuck off.
Yeah, not if the neighbors are also outside in their backyard.
They can go the fuck inside. I'll just go outside and start coughing. Hacking up
just
a
cough on your fence.
Yeah.
This is my cough panel.
It's my coughing fence.
If you wanna sit right on the other side of it, that's on you.
Like, seriously, if you can go and sit outside.
It's still kind of cold today.
Dude, I've been doing everything normal. Yeah. Everything that I normally do, and only difference is now I'm bothered by everyone else and freaking out.
How's that different than your normal day? Yeah.
Well, I'm not usually lining up.
Okay.
and I can actually buy the food. I can buy the basic food that I need. I haven't had a piece of fucking meat in 2 weeks. You know? There's no meat on the shelves. And I don't really need it, but, like, I wanted to make hamburger the other night.
What about your boyfriend's dick?
Wanted to have a steak.
Yeah, no vitamin C.
What are you talking about?
Your boyfriend's dick. You haven't had that in your mouth in 2 weeks?
Oh. Yeah, no, that's private. That's not for podcasters or the general public.
I forgot. Sorry. But I thought you said the opposite.
No, ever since last week, I've been trying to suck my own dick just for sustenance. So.
Yeah. There's calories or carbs in cum.
Oh, for sure. There? Protein.
One or two.
Oh, yeah. It's all protein.
I know that when you do, like, Weight Watchers, you can find out what the fuck do you count in Weight Watchers?
Calories?
Is it your calories?
Points.
Yeah.
Everything.
Everything has calories, and, like, cum is definitely.
It's not on the fucking Weight Watchers chart.
It's on the list.
Oh, it's there.
It's not.
For sure. It's on the fucking forum, if nothing else.
You can find it.
You gotta look on Reddit, like in the dark corner somewhere.
No way. You can find that on WeightWatchers.ca.
It's definitely not on the fucking WeightWatchers.ca PDF.
Well, it's in the frequently asked questions.
Yeah. How much is my husband's cam? It's not on the front, like, homepage, but it's definitely there.
No, but it's not buried, is what you're saying.
It's not buried either, no.
No.
Yeah. It's like top 50 things I get asked, like, do bananas have calories? Yes. Does semen? Yes.
Now, what do you guys think, like, if and when, let's just be real, when this whole thing starts to, like, simmer down, how do you think the government and the CDC, world governments, how are they going to play this? Like, oh, we have a vaccine, and now everyone is fine, like, don't have to worry because you can just get vaccinated, and if you choose not to get vaccinated, you can just come in when you get sick, potentially, and get vaccinated for it. Like, how do you think they're going to play it? Or are they going to go the route of, like, it's still an issue, and let's drag it out for another 6 months and be sure. Like, how?
I don't think you can get a vaccine that quick. Like, I think a vaccine's like a year or two away at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think a full-blown vaccine, they said, is at least a year away, but there's, like, things you can do to either deal with the symptoms so that your body's natural immunity can fight the virus. There's things that they're looking into now, like some basic medications. Like, there's one for, like, blood pressure that apparently can limit the virus's whatever efficiency if it's in your body or once it's in your body. So you can take this basic blood pressure medication and the virus won't attack you the same way for whatever reason. So they're doing things like that. Like, they're not trying to stop it dead in its tracks or have a vaccine like next week, but like once they find out like the actual ramifications of this and how serious it actually is in a month from now, how are they going to play it?
Yeah.
Which way do they go?
I don't know.
The only thing that concerns me is the financial side, honestly. Like, I work from home 80% of the time. I have a, moving job 2 days a week.
Yeah.
Right now, like, usually it's like the moving job is just like a little cherry on top. But that's it. Like, that's the only thing going right now. Like, my freelance illustration thing is like died right off because most of the work I do is like promotional material for things. And no businesses are open doing anything. So, like, there's no, no one needs anything. So it's like, it did a pretty big flip for me this month of like, oh, okay, so like my side job for just like beer money is now potentially going to be my income.
My life money.
It's my life money. And it's like, okay, I gotta, well, like, thankfully, I guess everything's closed, so I'm not tempted to go spend money anywhere. But
see, it's weird because
see how long that lasts.
I feel like this is either going to be like the smartest thing I've ever said in my life or like the complete dumbest thing I've ever said.
Don't count on it.
Here it comes.
Yeah, that's more like it.
The economy is completely made up.
Yeah.
And it's like figment of people's imagination.
Sure.
That do not fucking understand for the life of me how it matters right now that, like, if everything shuts down, like, how's the economy going to function? And it's like, well, it won't. Yeah. And who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
because what do you need? Why do you need $1 billion this month?
My piece of paper is worth more than your piece of paper because you make this many pieces of paper a year.
Yeah.
And it's like, but it's like, I'm not going to go, like, I feel like I have this argument with my loved one a lot about if we ever won the lottery, right? Yeah. Kevin. That it's like, it's always like, if I won the lottery, like, would you quit your job? And I'm always like, absolutely I would. And
fuck yeah, dude.
And it usually gets met with the, like, hostility. Like, you have to do something. Quit your job and
find something you like to do.
Yeah, like, you have to, like, their argument is, like, you have to do something. Like, you can't just sit around doing nothing.
Which is fair.
You
would get so bored.
100%. Yeah. But my argument is, it's like, well, why the fuck? Why the fuck do we have jobs in the first place? The only reason I get up every day and go to work is to get money so I can pay for my rent. I can pay for food. I can pay for my beer. I can do exactly, right? If I have that money, why the fuck would I go to work?
But you would just, for, like, mental whatever.
Exactly.
You would just find something to do every day.
You need something.
And even if it's like, well, money's not an issue now I just volunteer somewhere.
Or even if you
I'm going to go to a brewery and, like, make beer because I don't care.
Or, like, open your own business.
You'd spend a year traveling, and then you'd find something to do with your time.
But it's the same with, like, this quarantine nonsense that it's just, like, especially, like, there's talk about them, like, the deferring of mortgages, and I don't know if they've said anything about, like, the renters and how that's going to work. But again, it's like, if we don't have to pay mortgage for, and even if it's just interest for fucking, like, 6 months, then, like, what? And then if EI is also going to give us, as Canadians, I think I read, like, $900 every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Is what
it's like $2,000
you can get.
Yeah.
That it's like, why the fuck are we not just shutting down?
Yeah, everyone should just do
and
that.
Just shut it down for 3 weeks.
Or
for
shut it down for 6 months.
Look at the gas prices right now.
Yeah, shut down for 6 months. Who cares? And again, it's like, if I'm not spending money, I don't need to make money.
I don't need as much.
I get that the businesses are kind of fucked. It's like,
but
you can be the good thing and just pay your employees or make them or lay them off and put them on EI.
Yeah.
But again, like, the government's coming out with things that are, like, gonna they're gonna give businesses money to fucking do that stuff, right? Like,
dude, it's business owners. It sucks that it's, you know, a lot of small business owners, but it's business owners, people who own shit, like properties and stuff, and rich people that are the most affected by this.
For sure.
Now, any one of us could fall into anyone, and people with children too, I guess.
Fuck 'em.
Right? But but fuck them. But they made that choice, motherfuckers.
They made that mistake.
But, you know, it's like, so like those categories are the most affected by this. You fall into at least one of them, Rue, because you're a homeowner.
Yeah.
But they are going to put in place, if this becomes like a 6 months, year, whatever fucking fallout after all this shit, there's going to be things in place. And there's also not going to be people coming knocking down your door and seizing your property because they're also not doing anything but isolating.
They've already stopped
so,
that
I mean,
too. Evictions.
But the government understands. People understand generally. Rich people tend to like live by their own set of rules that I don't fully know or understand.
Yeah.
But it's just like you said. It just doesn't matter at this point.
No.
Overall health and safety of the general public, of the world's population, you know, is the fucking priority. It's not whether your company's fucking profiting, whether your stock is going up, whether gas is going up or down. Like, that's all just like because you tell us it's important.
Yeah.
Not because any of us really feel that way, unless we're rich, unless we're business owners, unless we're homeowners, or unless we have children. Like, if you're not in any of those categories, then none of that should fucking matter to you.
Yeah.
Well,
You
even
know?
that whole end of people that have jobs in economy, in fucking quotes, like that's like the Dunkaroos of the grocery store. Like when all your like society, your everything is met so well that there's a job that's created of like, I'm just gonna like look at mutual funds and try and like make money with money. Like that's such a luxurious job because everything below you is working so well.
Yeah.
That you can be like, I'm gonna be an accountant. I'm gonna count other people's money because every other part of the world is like covered.
Yeah.
So when you come into this crisis, it's like, yeah, that job's not needed anymore. Like we're down to essentials. Like we need grocery stores, we need the mail, we need internet.
Yeah.
Like we just really pared down all that shit. The same way you get groceries today, and it's like, I don't fucking need Dunkaroos right now. Like that's sweet when all my other grocery needs are met. Like I'll throw a little Dunkaroo on top. But like that's mutual fund guy. Like sorry dude, like that's not important right now.
Yeah.
Like that shit's on hold until
also,
2021.
like,
I don't give a fuck about RSPs right now.
No.
Like fuck off. Taxes, fuck
there's
off.
There's
Not
some
paying them.
but there's something that everyone is forgetting, that your food doesn't magically appear in the store. It either is
that's
from
what
the ground,
I was going to talk about earlier, yeah.
It is fucking manufactured, it is shipped, it is stocked, it is packaged, it's all these things, you know what I mean? So there's a whole chain of events that need to happen before that food's actually in your skillet or on your fucking plate. So that's essential service.
Yeah, truckers.
Everything in that chain of supply.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Banking, not essential. Like you said, mutual funds, not essential.
No.
Why don't we fucking repurpose these dead-end people, put them in a fucking labor role, because we need motherfuckers
we need
in
apple
this chain
pickers.
of supply.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I was
That's
going to
what
talk about
really
that
matters.
earlier when we
and
were
all
like,
this fucking safety net that's been fucking, you know, forced down our throat for our entire lives. We're all accustomed to it. You just flip the switch and the light's on. You open the tap, the water's there. You flush your toilet, more water fills your toilet. It's like all this shit that we've all been fucking bred to just like
healthcare workers,
feel
respect.
normal.
Those
Health
front
man.
line. Like
Big
that shit's
front
hard
line.
right now.
Like this is another. You were there for it, but my roommate Kevin is on the front lines, basically. Not necessarily front lines, but maybe second line, right?
Sure.
And she's really stressed out about everything. She works at. I can't say that where she works.
No, you can't say where she works.
Like, not at all. But it's basically a hospital.
I know the industry.
Yeah, it's basically a hospital where she works, and they got deemed an essential service, and she's been kind of like stressed out about it.
Yeah.
And like I said to her that it's like, I'm not trying to be that like shitty person that like you have to do this.
Yeah.
But there is a level of like, this is your 9/11. This is your 9/11 right now. Like, you are on the front lines. and people are gonna.
Well, maybe call it something else.
No, but like it's
But
like,
it is.
but it's like people. Like
Damn
you're doing a service to people right now that like it's maybe not 9/11 as much as it is like you're the one going in after 9/11.
Way more people have died already than fucking 9/11.
That's right.
9/11 can fuck off.
Yeah, 9/11's nothing.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That was an inside job anyway.
You know what? Fuck coronavirus. Fuck no. Let's leave 9/11 out of it. Coronavirus can fuck off.
Yeah, they're like,
no,
oh, fuck off.
But either way, like just saying that like this is like you answering this call that when this is all said and done, and if we make it out of here, like they're gonna have a day of fucking Remembrance Day.
Oh yeah,
like there's gonna be Plague Day on March 20th every year.
We make it out of here,
and even beyond that, like
it's gonna blow over.
If we make it out of here,
big of a deal.
Goodbye, everybody.
I think even beyond that, like not to cast shade on Kevin, like she's doing the Lord's work, but that is also like a real like place of like privilege to be like, I have a job and it pays well, but I don't want to go. I just want to also be off. It's like everyone else that's off is like not off because they want to. They all lost their jobs. Like that's not everyone's on vacation. Like they got full laid off. Like businesses are out of business.
Yep.
So for you to have a job that's deemed essential and you're gonna get to keep your salary going forward, like that's pretty fucking sick, dude.
But it's also
bonus,
like
for sure.
Yeah, I know you're in like a risky spot, but it's also
you can't. No, you're also allowed to be afraid in times
you can,
like these.
but
like,
also
I don't think
just
you
like
can,
wanting
you can
to be
fucking
home.
Blame anybody for like the reaction of like I don't want to go out. Like I don't want to go out.
No, but
I don't want to go out at all. I'm waiting
not,
for that. Like
it's
tell me
not
to
like
stay
I
home.
work
That
at Tim
initial
Hortons and I got
reaction?
laid off. Like
Yeah.
you're not lucky. Like that
No.
fucking sucks.
But I mean, I guess they're laid off. But there's also a level of like once this is all over. And shit starts again.
80,000 people in every town looking for a new job.
Yeah.
Like, you're fucked.
But are they looking for new jobs? Or is it like, hey, you just, like, the employer, like, that's how
if they don't go out of business, though.
But, no, you're right. But that's, like, laying people off. That's how that works, right? Like, when you lay somebody off, there's rules to it that, like, you can't hire new people.
Can't hire anybody.
Without going back to that pool of people that you laid off,
Yeah.
right? Like... You're laying that person off because it's like, hey, like we want to employ you, but there's not really enough work to employ you, so we're gonna put you on the bench essentially until there's more work, and then you can come back. And usually, like places do this, you know, grand scale, whatever. Like it happens.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is like a big one where it's gonna just be like, you know, like the big three auto places have closed down.
I know, that's
right.
And
it's not like those people. Like
dude,
now they're in a
union. They should have closed down a long time ago. How many fucking cars?
They're in a union, but like they're fucking like
they're not reopening though.
But when they do reopen,
they're not. That's the.
They'll reopen. Of course they will.
They're gonna move to Mexico where it's way cheaper. This is their way of closing those plants.
You think
all those people are out of jobs.
Okay.
Like
maybe.
That's
oh yeah,
fucked.
for sure.
Like they can't survive.
Yeah, those plants are gonna be closed. It'll be like very basic workforce once it's all ramps up again.
They're not gonna hire back.
They're gonna, like you said,
whatever, like 6,000 people.
No, the
got
companies
laid off?
are hemorrhaging.
Yeah,
these companies are hemorrhaging millions by the fucking day, and they're paying people to be off, right? If they're not being laid off, they're paying them leave.
Yeah.
And companies, and it's just like, you know, there's no profits because there's no production and blah, blah, blah. It's like they're just going to end up fucking bankrupt and moving to Mexico, like RJ said. Like, those people are without work. And the only reason these companies get praised for anything is for supplying jobs. It's not like anyone really gives a shit if there's 20 new trucks or 20,000 new trucks on the road.
Yeah.
No one really gives a fuck.
Yeah.
The only reason anyone cares is because it's like paying their bills.
Yeah.
Anyways, I mean, that's whatever. One thing we talked about at the start of the show, that we like the whole numbers thing, you know, I don't think that's reliable at all. And it's not like the government's trying to shield us from anything, but it's basically what you said, and we didn't really go into it. It's like, it's all backdated. All these figures we're getting are from last week.
Yeah.
They're from days ago.
Yeah.
Right? Also, how many people do you know that's been to the hospital to get tested? I could have it right now.
Oh yeah, you do.
Right?
Yep.
And it could set in 3 days, and I'm still not going to go to the hospital unless I feel like I'm fucking dying.
Yeah.
So it's like, how many undiagnosed cases are there going to be? People are way quicker to tell you if they have the flu. Or like in all those surveys, like, you know, last year 20 million people were affected by it's because they surveyed those people. It's because people knew what the flu was. People attributed common colds to the flu. right? It's like all these things. It's like, so, and all this comparison, like, oh, you know, it's not as deadly as this. It's more deadly than that. It's this and that. It's like, we got to take all that with a grain of salt.
Oh, yeah.
We can't let that feed hysteria. The numbers are a fabrication, you know. We can all agree with that. They're just trying to fucking figure it out. So they're, you know, it's very basic, rudimentary information. We don't have a lot of information. We can't fucking base all this hysteria on these figures.
Yeah.
You know? I just think it's something important to consider. It's like, okay, every day they're telling us, 50 more people, 5 more people died, this many people more recovered. It's like, all that shit means nothing. Nothing. Right? I think they should really keep it to themselves. Use the old color code system. You know what I mean? We got green, we got yellow, we got orange, we got red. Ramp it up that way. I don't want to see these fucking bullshit numbers.
Keep
you know?
it simple.
Keep it colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it all colors, baby.
Just like the terror threat thermometer that they had, remember? When America,
Yeah.
after 9/11? And just,
Dude.
yeah. But even then, I feel like...
I mean, that's going to cause hysteria too, but it's
Sure.
like these numbers, like it's just bullshit. People are basing opinions on these numbers that like don't really mean anything and that are like half of the story, if that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know, dude.
I personally just think it's absolute bullshit that companies are like more worried about making money than their employees.
At the same time,
Like,
though, like,
bullshit.
that's
Not
where I'm
surprised,
at, though.
but
Like,
it's
that's what
bullshit.
I'm saying. Like, financially, this scares me more than getting sick. Like, I'm just like, whatever, I'll
For
get
sure.
sick. I'll be fine. I absolutely don't want to get sick.
Mm-hmm.
But what scares me the most is the idea of, like, for the next 8 months, I'm making, like, half of what I used to make.
Yeah.
And what I used to make, like, kind of just got me by.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, it will eliminate a lot of my, like, expenses because I have no other option. But, like, the thought of, like, wow, for the next 8 months, I'm going to live on, like, a couple $100 a month is, like, Jesus. Like, that's tight.
You're
Yeah.
self-employed, too.
Yeah,
I know what
like,
those
that's
rules
tight.
are.
Like, so to say, like, these fucking shitty companies only care about money is like, well, I only care about money, too.
Yeah, you're right. See, I don't know. Maybe, like,
Yeah, it's a
I feel like I'm in
personal
this...
thing, for sure.
I feel personally like
An issue.
I'm stable.
Yeah.
Financially, that like me and Kevin were saving money for a fucking furnace.
Yeah, that's,
and then
don't need a furnace right
and
now.
now that all this is hit, it's
Yeah.
like, okay, maybe we don't
Summertime,
need summer's coming,
Yeah.
and we don't need to be warm anymore. And if that ends up being mortgage payments, then that ends up being mortgage payments. Like, that's how she goes. But other than that, and unfortunately for Kevin,
Yeah, you don't need new pair of underwear. You don't
No.
need new socks right
I
now.
do need
you
new
don't
socks,
need any of
though.
that shit that you would.
I fucking need.
Yeah, but
new
you don't.
I know, but
You
I'm
know?
gonna go. I'm gonna
Just
risk
wear
it.
Kevin's.
No,
Wear
no,
Kevin's.
I
You're not
already-
leaving the
she's
house,
wearing mine.
you know?
Wear plastic bags.
Yeah, but
Oh,
unfortunately
shit.
for Kevin, like with her essential service,
Yeah.
promotion, like she'll be working.
Oh, yeah.
So
Those bills will be paid.
Hell,
Yeah.
I'm working. I start a new job tomorrow, dude.
yeah,
Well,
I'm
for
working
now,
too. Hey, I'm
still
I'm
working.
working.
Yeah.
I go to work every day.
Yeah. Dude,
I have
I don't imagine unless this thing like starts killing people. Like, if you touch a person, you're dying.
Yeah.
You know, people are dropping like fucking fruit flies. I'm gonna still be working. I'm not in contact with the general public. I'm in a fucking concrete building that's under construction, doing work.
Well-
like, the only people we have to worry about is the people in our immediate vicinity, and that's few and far. So
I don't know much about the pandemic in BC, but I do know that like apparently there's like
all the same.
yeah.
What the fuck is going on
I
out
don't
there?
know. I think we're running out of room.
Jesus Christ.
On that
Let me
guy
see if I
over
can
there.
fuck with it. You
But
guys can see.
BC's getting like apparently there's like a nursing home that has it, and like people are just
yeah.
a
I saw
lot
something
of
about
right
that.
like that. It's just affecting people, not just but these people that like are already like have shitty immune systems and are old and. You know,
Yeah.
that it's like, okay, like that's the worst place that you want this disease to be right now. Virus.
It's true. But if it's contained to that environment, like if that's the highest concentration
Yeah.
or like the breeding ground, then so be it. Bomb the place. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
You know? I mean, I hate to be like I know those are those are people's family members, those are people's
Yeah.
husbands, wives, grandparents, children, whatever that's affected, but at the same time, it's like sacrifice the hand, right?
They basically did that in China. I'm convinced There was a story.
If everyone's that worried, if the world is that worried about this thing being the end of fucking human civilization and life as we know it, sacrifice the hand.
I feel like we were talking about this the other night.
If I was the hand, I would understand. I would understand that.
No,
if I was part of that demographic, fine.
There was a story I was reading about a fucking, like, 70 people died. It was like a hotel that in China that they converted into, like, a corona hospital. Like, to put people that had it. So everyone that was in that hospital had the fucking, like, coronavirus. And then it just mysteriously collapsed one day.
What, like, the hospital collapsed?
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah.
The hospital collapsed?
This hotel just collapsed and 70 people died.
Hotel. Wow.
Yeah. And it's like,
get off the hand, dude.
Yeah, like, that is
but how much corona is that collapse sending into the atmosphere?
Exactly. It's like when you, like,
all that dust and corona?
When you press on someone's lungs and they go, like that. Like,
yeah, totally, yeah.
Just expelling it into the atmosphere, like,
just everyone within 2 mile radius is now infected.
It's worse than fucking Hiroshima.
Jesus Christ.
Worse than 9/11.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like the initial panic and hysteria. I totally understand because we're all in the dark about this shit. The secondary wave of it is complete bullshit with the mass consumption and all this stuff. Now the third wave has been the government stepping in and saying these are essential services. This is priority. This is not. Blah, 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 blah. That's wave 3. That's where we're at right now.
Yeah.
And I feel like everyone's kind of coming back down to earth at this point and being like, hey, these are the facts, even though they're conflated. These are the fucking facts.
Yeah.
And this is what life has. Life has a potential to look this way and be this way for undisclosed, indefinite amount of time. So, what are we going to do to fucking keep our head above water? Worry about money, like we always do. Yeah. Worry about food, like we usually do. Worry about all the things we've always worried about, but now, with the looming cloud that, like, there's this unseen force that's coming for us. It's always been like that. So calm the fuck down. Wave 4 needs to be psychedelics. That's what I'm proposing. Everyone just get high and fucking cool the fuck off, man.
I totally agree. I think what you're trying to say is that everyone should panic. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's time to panic.
Panic time?
Yeah, it's literally the opposite of what I'm saying. Like, sure, if you want to panic, I'll take advantage. You want to panic and run to the woods, I'm going to break into your house and steal your shit. How about that?
Yeah.
That's my wave 4. Okay? I'm going to take advantage. I'm going to get rich off this shit. People start dropping off, I'm hoarding. I'm fucking... I'm going to do some real hoarding. I'm going to hoard jewelry and cash and all that shit. So when...
If you go into the woods, I'm breaking into your house and I'm going to spray my hepatitis blood all over your fucking walls.
Yeah.
And now you got something to worry about. Like, come back here, motherfucker. Yeah. You afraid of coronavirus?
Take all your diamonds with you.
Yeah.
Take all your diamonds with you.
How about this hepatitis F? You want some of that? Just hit them with it.
Are you telling everyone that I have hepatitis?
No, I'm speaking about myself. Like, not you. Hepatitis F, yeah, it's a rare one. Yeah. The deadliest.
That's if there's any hepatitis I have, it's F. It stands for fuck off cucks.
Yeah,
fuck off hepatitis test.
There's no time to test for hepatitis. Everyone's tested for the corona.
I mean, whatever. Like, everyone, do your thing. Do what you need to do to sleep at night, to be comfortable, to think that, like, you got it all figured out. Do what you got to do. Yeah. And I'm not going to fault you for it. I might think it's stupid, but do what you do.
I feel ultimately,
I'm going to do what I do.
I personally, I feel like, Marvel movies, they're not fucking making them anymore. Everybody, all the productions have been delayed.
That's an essential service.
The NHL is not fucking doing anything anymore. Like, they're over.
Yep.
All the musicians that I like, all their bands have stopped doing things. Now, like, NoFX, Fat Mike's kind of been releasing stuff.
It's been shitty, though.
And Matt Freeman, I don't know if you guys follow him on Instagram. Wow. He's been releasing him playing bass to... records.
Charger.
Oh, okay.
It's just like him sitting in his home. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Nice. Nice.
But so all I do with myself, all I do with my time is read about coronavirus, and and I feel like the advice I can give to everybody is just like read whatever you want and take all that information and just make the decisions that's best for you. Like, that's all you can do. Like, I've had people tell me things. I've like some things that when I hear
it's going to end up being extra selfish.
No, but it's like I'm not saying that. I think it's just like you have to protect yourself, and
you do,
and you have to be mindful of others. But like, just do what you think is appropriate.
That's a
good
point.
Take the information in, and like if something says like, hey, like if you piss in the same urinal as somebody and you'll get coronavirus, and you think that's a thing, then like don't fucking use urinals anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I think again it comes back, it's almost like the religion thing. Like, don't push it on other people. Like, you don't want to be that fucking cuck. But you also like take care of yourself. Like, if you see somebody come out of the washroom and their hands are bone dry, like, don't fucking get mad at them. Just maybe make sure you fucking wash your hands double right? Wash. Like, hey, like, just that's the social distancing aspect of it. Do what you think is appropriate.
It's a fair
social
point.
distancing is so hard.
But you're also in your right mind.
Like, we're not.
But you're also like a decent guy in your right mind. It's like you're not a fucking. You're not material driven. You're not fucking. You're not like.
Yeah, no, it's
you're normal as far as I'm concerned.
It's easy for me to say. I get that. I don't know about normal, but yeah.
About normal.
No, I just mean like to have that mindset, like to be like, okay, well, there's nothing I can do except for prepare myself and be mindful.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people are considering that. And when things are like jumping off, and last week when shit really fucking popped off, right? How many of those people were being mindful?
No, like,
you know,
I'm not like tooting my own horn, but again, like we went grocery shopping today, and there was it says on the door, like, we have limited toilet paper. Take 2 packages minimum per family. Yeah. Like, I only took 4 packages. You know? Like, I was like, other people need this. No, I'm kidding. I took 1. I took 1.
We could talk all day about this bullshit, really.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I'm just saying.
Let's wrap this show up with, I have a real feel-good story.
Okay.
That will make everybody laugh and shows how I'm not normal and I am a degenerate and I'm selfish and all those things.
Okay.
So I still have the slave wage job, Thursday, Friday, moving houses. Not officially an essential service, but I'm still getting shifts, so I'm not going to complain.
Yeah.
Get what I can get. So on Thursday, I'm not going to say the name of the company, obviously. Also, and we established this rule before. Maybe this happened last Thursday. Maybe this happened 6 years ago. Statute of limitations.
Yeah, could have happened at any time.
We're on a junk run, and basically we're at this old lady's house, and she's gonna move into like a retirement condo, but she's going from a full house to a condo, so like there's a lot of furniture, and she's like, I want to take half of all this furniture and just gonna go to the dump. And then next month they're going to move, and that will fit in the new apartment. It's like, cool. So me and, Buddy are there. She's just pointing, like, that couch, this, that lamp, like, all that can just go in the dump. And we have, like, basically when you get, like, 1, 2, 3 junk, whatever fucking company that is, we have a truck with, like, a bin on the back, and we're just going to fill it.
Yeah.
And the way it works at my work, anyway, the customer is billed for how full the truck is. Off the top of my head, it's like $500 for a full bin, like $350 for a half bin, and then there's like increments between that by like the quarter bin. I don't know. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
So our mentality going to every single of these gigs is, no matter how full it is, we say to the client, wow, it's a full bin, but we're only going to charge you half, with the like, we did a good job kind of thing, and then they kind of give us like a cash
deal.
Yeah, they're getting a deal, so they're going to give us a cash tip. Because if they got quoted over the phone, like, wow, that's a lot of couches and shit, that's a full bin, it's going to be like $500, and then we fill it and we're like, hey, it's only $350, like, save $50 and give us 50 each.
Yeah.
So that's the way we do it every time.
Corona.
And the head office has no idea, because they just see our paperwork at the end of the day. Oh, it only ended up being a half bin, $350. to dump it at the dump is like $40. Like, it's all profit. So we do that every single time, obviously. Get a nice little cash tip for us.
Yeah,
Client's happy.
Little scam. Nice little
scam.
Great
little scam. Until this Thursday, when we pull the little scam. And then as we get to the dump, the fucking gate is like locked and chained shut and says no public access.
Oh, shit.
And we're like, oh, fuck, it's quarantine dump. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
So we like call the boss and we're like, hey, like, what's up? Like, the dump is closed. What do we do? And he's like, oh, shit, like, I'm gonna call them. I didn't know it was closed. We wouldn't have booked it if it was. Just bring the, like, truck back to the shop. Leave it here overnight, and maybe someone can go dump it in the morning. Like, it's not a big deal. We'll just sort out a time when we're allowed to go do it. And it's like, okay, cool. We, like, turn the truck around. We start driving back to the office, and I, like, hit Buddy on the shoulder. I'm like, hey, man, like, all our paperwork says this is a half load. And it's clearly a full overloading load.
Of garbage.
Yeah. Like, we can't show up with a half load and then show our paperwork that we only charge them for half. Like, we're fucked.
Yeah.
And, like, without even missing
a... Like, that could have been $500 in my pocket.
Yeah. And then we're going to blow up our own spot. Like, he's going to be like, do you guys do this every single fucking time?
Yeah.
Totally.
So there was only one solution, which was to, like, get rid of half the load. There's only one thing we could do in that thing.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, our hands are tied.
You're right.
Our hands are tied.
So what'd you do?
We just drove down a side road that was unpopulated and dumped a bunch of shit in the woods.
Yeah, of course you did.
There's nothing else we could do.
Nothing else you could do.
Nothing else we could do.
I don't think you're any less of a person for that. We've all done that to some extent. That's maybe a little excessive. I don't know what a load looks like, but
it's
I
like
mean,
dressers and
we've
couches.
all done it, dude. We've all done it.
It's like throwing a mirror in the woods is the funniest thing.
I was driving home the other day, and there was a fucking sign I passed by that said no dumping.
Yeah.
And then, like, 10 feet beside it was, like, a fucking mattress. Like, that's awesome.
Well, you see all those signs in the hot dump areas, right? Where people like to do their dumping.
Oh, yeah.
It's really close to a dump, and it's like, fuck. We're just going to turn around and get rid of this.
But so you threw the whole load in the forest?
We threw half of it in the forest.
And then what about the other half?
Well, after we threw our half load in the forest and we're driving back to the shop, the boss called and was like,
throw the lights.
I got a hold of the dump. Like, we have a corporate account, like, it's closed to the public. So when you get there, just, like, call this number and they'll let you in.
Oh, for fuck's
sake. I know. It was a waste. It was a waste of throwing everything in the woods.
Did you go back and get the stuff?
No!
But, I mean, that's on him. You know what? Yeah. That's on him. He could have told you
faster. It's on him.
Yeah. That's on him. Fuck him.
But
look at dude, you got 10 minutes, and if you don't come back with a solution,
this
it's
is
going
to the woods. This is owl food if you don't hurry up.
You want the owls to eat this yet? This old record player?
Oh, man.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm not gonna slow clap for you, or anything, but I definitely am not gonna fucking smack you on the pee-pee either. That's you gotta do what you gotta do, bud.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Saving the company money, I think, at that point too.
Yeah, because our load.
You're lining your own pockets, is what you're doing.
Cheaper. We lined our own pockets for sure.
Yeah, dude. And you know what? In this climate, we're all looking out for number one.
That's
it.
That's it. That's it.
Suck it, Forrest.
Suck it, Forest.
Corona.
Suck it, owls. Suck it, Corona. But do not suck it, bike thieves. Bike thieves with a fucking sick track called Third Wife.
I would let bike thieves suck it. They're awesome.
They're fucking awesome. You can listen to Third Wife.
Dude. I'd be
Spotify.
privileged if they sucked my dick.
Hopefully, Pooza Fest continues so everyone can go see them. Yeah. But until next week, you can download this podcast where all podcasts are found. Google Play, Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. It's a fucking bunch.
Yeah.
Boys, any last words as we go into week 2 of quarantine?
I feel like you've probably heard it from you've heard it from Mr. Trudeau, but like everybody, please make sure that you wash your buttholes.
Mm-hmm.
Keep them clean.
Mm-hmm. Keep them clean.
And I just want to put on the record, I don't have hepatitis.
Yet.
Yet.
Or at least it's not flared up this time.
Yeah.
You don't gotta tell people if it's not flared up. That's how herpes works.
Yeah, if you're like in between flares, you don't have it.
That's fair.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Totally fucking fair. Same with Corona.
There's gonna be a lot more flaring going on when people can't get their fucking Vagisil or whatever they need.
Think about all the children that are gonna get fucking bred. Not like the kids are getting bred. I mean, like,
I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna.
You do have a haircut, eh? Oh shit! I didn't realize. I thought you were talking about my haircut earlier.
We were.
Yeah, but you got a fucking.
Yeah, no, we totally
I got
were.
Kurt Russell right now.
RJ got that
Russell?
2 weeks ago.
It's like a
no,
fucking.
that's not 2
This
weeks
is like
ago.
a '90s action star.
When did you do that?
I did it
Yeah, he did like 2
3
weeks
weeks ago.
No way!
Yeah.
It was all long
Yeah.
and stupid before.
Dude.
So long ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then we were talking about how he only has one
and I
blade
got
for his
fucking
razor because it's not a
cocked,
cut.
and she fucking cut my mullet off.
It's still
Said
there.
she's gonna feather it and just cut the whole thing off.
You look like
Goddamn
you got like
bitch.
such a little child haircut right now. Like,
No, this is
Oh,
what
yeah.
Bruce Willis
I've
looks like
seen
in
the
Die
pics.
Hard.
It's the same haircut.
no, he didn't.
In Die Hard?
He didn't have a little mullet.
Well, there's only a little one because that fucking bitch cut the whole thing off.
Ugh.
It was sick before.
You look like when I was a kid, my best friend in elementary school, his dad had like the same haircut that you have right now.
Yeah, that guy was cool as shit.
Oh, yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
he was.
I
He's
know what
pretty
you
cool.
mean.
You're right, he was.
He was cool.
He probably,
wears Zumbas and
drove
stuff,
a
yeah.
race car.
Yeah, he always just
And
wore
owned a
like cut
bazooka.
off fucking t-shirts, you know,
Yeah.
like
And
hung it-
Zumbas, like those like stripy like sports pants.
yeah, like
Yeah.
and he wasn't afraid of wearing a fanny pack.
No. Was he a wrestler?
I think so. I think he tried to be. Yeah.
He was a thick guy.
Anyways, we should move.
Whatever,
on.
my haircut's fine. Corona, whatever.
Sucks. See you next week, everybody.
Thanks everybody for tuning in this week. We are Pretty Much Experts. You can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and YouTube. While you're at it, go have a look at our Facebook page. You can ask an expert any time of day or night, whatever you like. And if you're into it, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. We want to hear from you, baby. Thanks again, everybody. Tune in next week. We are Pretty Much Experts, and we love you, I guess.
Pretty good at letting people down. A false prophet in a Burger King crowd. But sometimes I see it different. With trials with no mission. These things, they happen all the time. Yeah, I'm telling you, these